What's going on, beautiful people? I'm your boy TK, and today I've got two fragrances, man, from the house of Armaf, which happen to be some very nice alternatives to very expensive Creed fragrances, man. So without further ado, roll it. Alright guys, so if you're new to the channel, man, I absolutely love to smell good, but above all, man, I want you to be able to smell good as well too, which is why I make this content for y'all, man. And today I've got two fragrances that I was very lucky enough to actually have sent to me from my good friends over at Cosmetic Fragrances. So Matt, you know who you are. Appreciate you for sending me these fragrances in a timely fashion. And I've actually had these fragrances for quite some time, man. It's actually been hard for me to make this video because I wanted to give you guys an unbiased review, okay? So I actually had to spend a little bit of time on these fragrances. I've had these for about 3 weeks, or well, about close to a month anyway, you know, just testing it out because the weather out here in Australia hasn't really been amazing. You know, it's kind of been hot and cold, and these fragrances, I do believe, are actually more suitable for the hotter weather. They're very versatile, but if you guys know Creed Millésime Impérial and Silver Mountain Water, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. So without further ado, man, let's get right into the review. First up, guys, have a look at Creed's Milestone, which happens to be the clone of Millésime Impérial, guys. Now, this fragrance right here, very nice. Presentation, very nice. I love how they actually put it in the gold bottle, just like Millésime Impérial. And inside, man, the juice is just beautiful. In the juice, guys, basically what you're going to be getting is, you know, in the opening is going to be that sea salty, like marine-like accord. That's got a little bit of bergamot as well, some red fruits, according to Fragrantica, some violet leaf, white woods in the middle, some sandalwood in the base, some ambroxan, musk, and vetiver. With that being said, guys, when this one first opens up though, you do get a slightly synthetic, slightly alcoholic kind of opening that only lasts for about 5 to 10 seconds, no joke. And then what you're going to be getting is pretty much an identical opening to Millésime Impérial, man. And with this one right here, the salty accord, you know, the fruity, slightly florals, you know, and the woods, they all really just come together into being a very nice, you know, well-rounded fragrance that kind of comes across to be, you know, slightly feminine, because when it does dry down, it comes across, you know, yes, feminine, but it has this creamy, slightly soapy kind of a fragrance, like kind of like a vibe to it, I mean, but still very unisex to my nose anyway. But it's very close to Millésime Impérial, guys. I'm telling you, I give this one a solid 90% similarity when you're looking at this one in comparison to Millésime Impérial, and that's the reason why I didn't get Millésime Impérial, only because of the price point, yeah. But when you're looking at this one right here, guys, the longevity and the projection is so much better than Millésime Impérial. Even though this one, I was actually trying to make sure that this is an independent review on the Armaf fragrance by itself, but I feel like it's actually appropriate for me to actually make it a comparison, because I'm telling you guys, with this one right here, you can pick this one up for about 90 Australian dollars, but Millésime Impérial for over $300, okay? And with this one right here, you're going to be getting, you know, a more I guess well-rounded fragrance, okay? Because with this one right here, it has a little bit more projection, a little bit more longevity, and I feel like it's definitely a big bang for your buck, okay? Quality-wise, in terms of like the opening and the dry down, everything else that has to do with, you know, I guess the fragrance DNA of Millésime Impérial, go ahead and get the original, okay? If you want Millésime Impérial, go ahead and get that one. But if you're a little bit tight on the budget, go ahead and get this one right here. This one is definitely going to be the closest that you can find to Millésime Impérial. There is Sean John's Unforgivable as well too, which is a little bit different, okay? It's like very similar to Millésime Impérial, like the opening and everything else, but the performance isn't really as great. This one right here has got ambroxan in it, which means that it's got that boosted performance, boosted projection. I'm getting at least a good 6 to 7 hours worth of longevity, and projection I'm getting a good hour. And in comparison to Millésime Impérial, I'm not getting more than 5 hours worth of projection, also worth of longevity, and the projection really is piss poor, okay? I'm not hating on Creed, but I'm just saying, guys, if you guys want to go and save your money, go and get this one if you want to smell expensive but for the fraction of the price. Talking about when to actually wear this one, man, I definitely do feel like this one is a dress up or dress down fragrance, okay? It's a very versatile fragrance, and it's got that duality to it, which I really love. It's got that sea salt kind of, you know, accord in the top with the red fruits, you know, it's got the bergamot, slightly zesty, and then it goes down with the woods, the musk, very nice. So I definitely do feel like date night would be great for this, but you can also dress this one down, okay? Summertime would be best time to wear this one, okay? Because when this one dries down, as I said, it's gonna dry down to a more creamy, slightly floral fragrance that still has that freshness to it too, which you can get away with during the summertime, but not so much the winter time. Overall, guys, which one would I pick, man, in between Milestone and Milestone Imperial by Creed? Look, I can't afford Milestone Imperial, which is $300+, okay? Just because of, it just doesn't project. It just doesn't last on my skin. Like, the longevity is poor. I'm not getting more than 5 hours on my skin. But with this one, guys, I'm getting at least 7 hours. And after that, it just dries down to a very, very nice second skin, which I can still smell. And I'm telling you guys, if I'm gonna spend more than $200, man, I want a fragrance to actually last. You know what I'm saying? I want to get compliments. I do get compliments with Milestone Imperial, which I do have a little sample of, but I'm not going to go and buy the full bottle. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to smell expensive or smell like Milestone Imperial, but for the fraction of the cost, man, Armaf Milestone is the way to go. Up next, guys, let's talk about this bad boy right here. I'm going to be talking about Armaf's Sillage, which happens to be the clone of Silver Mountain Water, guys. Now, this fragrance right here is another super, super nice fragrance that I feel like will be amazing for the summertime, man. I'm telling you, this one right here opens up very, very bright, okay? It's got some lime, it's got some bergamot, okay, some violet leaf, lemon, black currant, ginger. In the middle, it's got some iris, jasmine, rose, ambroxan in the base, some musk, cedar, and some sandalwood as well too. So as you can see, just like Milestone Imperial's clone Milestone, this one has some very, very nice duality to it as well too. But this one right here is probably the closest clone that I can find to Silver Mountain Water. Alright guys, so I'm not too sure if some of you guys are actually aware, but Armaf actually released another clone before this one called Armaf Derby Blanche, which didn't really do as well, which isn't really doing as well as this one anyway, because this one right now, man, it is trending right now. I'm telling you, I can see the reason why, because this one is at least 98% similar to Silver Mountain Water, man. They've got the opening dump hat and the dry down dump hat, man. I'm telling you, to an inexperienced nose, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a $300 fragrance and a $90 fragrance. So if some of you guys are still a little bit confused about how this fragrance actually smells like, okay, let's take Silver Mountain Water. Okay, I'm talking to the guys that actually know what Silver Mountain Water smells like. So let's take Silver Mountain Water, let's give it a little bit of more fruits, a little bit more vibrance in the top, and in the base, let's add a little bit of ambroxan. Okay, not a little bit actually, a lot of ambroxan. That's what you're going to be getting in this one, and that's what's going to be adding that projection, that longevity to this fragrance, which I really, really like, man. So if you thought that Silver Mountain Water was actually missing a little bit, or it just really just didn't do it for you, try this one right here, man. I'm telling you will not be disappointed, because I loved Milestone Imperial and Silver Mountain Water, but I was very, very impressed with this one right here. So I'm telling you guys, that addition of ambroxan really did change the game for this one right here. So two very, very good clones of very, very famous fragrances. And overall, if I was to say which one was my favorite between these two, I would go for Armaf Milestone, only because I'm a massive fan of Milestone Imperial. I do like fragrances that have a little bit of like a feminine touch to it, and Milestone definitely does. As I said, it's got that nice creamy, like slightly floral kind of dry down to it. So I very much like Milestone, but Sillage is another great one too for the summertime. As I said, both of these are very, very nice summertime fragrances, but very, very versatile at the same time as well. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my take on these two fragrances right here, Armaf Milestone and Armaf Sillage, which are two very, very nice alternatives rather to very, very expensive Creed fragrances. So I appreciate you guys, man, for watching. I will leave some links in the description box for those guys that are here in Australia that are actually keen on getting these fragrances from Cosmetic Fragrances. My buddy Matt, that's over there at Cosmetic Fragrances, will be able to help you guys out. But I appreciate you guys for watching, man. Let me know what you guys want to watch in the comment section, and don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell too, so you're notified each and every time that I bring out a new video, man. But I appreciate you guys one more time. Mwah. Love ya.